Hello and welcome back to IRS. We are live on Twitch for round 9 Monza, which is a sprint race and sprint quali, which we're doing right now. Starting off with a 12-minute sprint qualifying session with Kurt, the first driver out on track to start a lap, followed quite closely by 4 cars, trying to get a slipstream from one another. Quite an important stream today for Tier 2. Could potentially see a driver's champion crowned here today if Finn Kits outscores Skinner by 16 points and Elmo of the Void by, I think it's 12 points if I'm correct. But here we go then, on board with Kurt for the first round lap of the day. Around one of the fastest tracks on the calendar. It's a track that's mixed with downforce and high speed. No really low speed corners except from turn 1 and 2. Kurt's looking pretty decent here on his opening lap. See what sort of time he can do if he can get near the 119s, maybe the 120s. 53.6. Probably looking at about 121, 120 at the moment for Kurt. As we come into the final corner, which can be a bit tricky, you can slide out the rears as Kurt's about to cross the line with a 121.4. Gets beaten straight away by Elmo on a 119.6. Kentrim as well, a 120.9. On the mediums, 2 Ferraris with a 21.5 and 21.6. We've got Outlaw coming into the last corner, followed by Bubbly, who's invalidated. We've got Flippy on a flying lap on those medium tyres, which most drivers would do in this sprint qualifying. Use those mediums early on. As Flippy's going to be right up there with Elmo. His teammate for today is Finn, the championship leader. Flippy obviously reserving. Doing well in the constructors as well, McLaren, so could score some good points to extend their lead. As Flippy does a 119.4 and takes away that sprint qualifying pole away from Elmo. As DMB Super Scores goes P3 on the softs. Finn Kits has invalidated. How's Bubbly getting on? Bubbly's invalidated again. Outlaw on a flying lap, opting for the softs. We'll go back on board with Skinner as well in a minute, who's also out there on the medium tyres. As Outlaw comes out the final corner, crosses the line, and can only manage a 19.9 P3. How's Skinner getting on? So a few different choices of tyres here in sprint quality at the moment. 5 drivers opted for the softs as Skinner goes a bit wide into the final corner, using up the rest of that battery, and does a 120.4 and goes P4. IRS LB44, 7 tenths up on his time. Looking like a nice improvement here. Might see him into P7. Going to run out of fuel as well, so they'll have to coast back to the pits, or in fact dive into the pits. Who else on the lap? Sepoy. Bubbly's invalidated again. Finish kits. Into the final corner. Where can he put his McLaren? P4 ahead of Skinner at 20.2. Next up will be Sepoy. Heading out there with his teammate Elmo the Void. I think it's going to be P5. P6 just behind Skinner. Oh, let's go back on board with Bubbly, see if he can get this lap right. Currently sitting P12, no time set. Only driver not to set a time at the moment. He needs to get one on the board. It's a 53.5. I think he was a bit cautious for Ascari. Just trying to get his lap on the board and see where he'll go. As he applies that IRS. All the way down to 11%. Gets a bit more on the exit. Running up to the line. I will go P8 for a 20.8. Finn Kiss diving into the pits. Is the boy on my lap? I don't think he is. Yeah, I think he's diving into the pits. Down on this time, so we're just waiting for drivers to start a lap in a moment. I think the next one's going to be IRS LB44. Currently sitting P12. Back of the grid for the two Ferraris at the moment. Gonna find some pace from somewhere. IRS LB44 with a bit of a slipstream, just to start his lap off. Let's see what he can do. Can he get himself out of last position and do something with that Ferrari today? Obviously, there's only 8 positions in the sprint where you can get points, so P12 would be the worst starting position for IRS LB44 as he's 5 tenths up through sector 1. Not much risk through there. As we're in the Lesmos, headed down the hill, then back up it towards Ascari. We'll see how much he's up on his time through sector 2. 7 tenths. Lovely for Ascari there, to be fair. Looked pretty decent. Down into Parabolica. Starts applying the ERS before he's even turned in. To try to get a good exit. Crosses the line, and it's going to be a 121.1. Moves up to P10. As Elmo behind does a 119.1. And got his provisional pole position. Flippy's waiting for another lap. Outlaw staying out on the mediums. Trying to do a better lap. Still in P3. He's a 10th up on his time as well. As I think D&B Super Skills just jumped up to P5 there in the Alpine. Here comes Outlaw though. Where's he going to go? Stays P3 with a 2 tenths improvement. Good lap. Flippy's a 10th up. coming through sector 1 then. He's got his teammate Finn right behind him. He's also 2 temps up. A bit of slipstream going on for Finn here as well. Trying to get him higher up the grid into a possible P3. Flippy's a 10th up. Finn Kits is 5 temps up. Cuts Ascari perfect, sorry. Has a big moment though coming through the exit of it. Getting a massive slipstream down the straight from Flippy. At the moment, Flippy has not done enough to beat Elmo for pole position. He's going to cross the line, and it's going to be a 119.3, and Finn Kits with a 119.5. Skinner is going to cross the line and jump up to P5 with a 120.1. Sepoy takes away that P5 with a 19.9. Kentrum's going to be across the line next. No improvements for him. DMB Super Skills into the pits as well, and Outlaw is on a slow down lap. So Elmo of the Void taking the sprint pole. As we wait for the pit crew to put the car away in their own time. There's your confirmation. Over a 10th and a half. Pole position for Elmo ahead of Flippy. And Finn Kits, the 2 McLarens, are right behind. Next up will be the sprint race. Right then, here we go. Let's have a look at the tyres. Everyone's on mediums. No one opted for the softs. They would die out pretty quick here. So it's going to be a medium ram race from all the drivers. Elmo of the Void leading the way. Someone who's not shy of taking pole position. Taking 11 pole positions in IRS history. What can the 2 McLarens do here at the start of this race? Can they get a jump on Elmo down into turn 1 and try and run away with the race? Gotta watch out for a couple of people behind. Outlaw, Sepoy, Skinner, definitely ones to watch. They'll make their way through the field and fight for the win. I think Bubbly might be out of position a little bit there. I think he might be up a few positions. Right, Elmo's pulling up to the grid already. The rest of the field pretty far back, pretty spread out formation up here. There's Nick Broom at the back of the grid. What can he do in the Ferrari? Usually a good starter. See if he can try jump ahead of Kurt and his teammate IRS LB44. There we go then. Nick lines up into position. The green flag is waving and the light's going to turn on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights here in Monza. And away we go. Who's got a better start? Looks like Elmo's got a great start off the line. Bubbly's had a bit of a moment on the start there at the back. Outlaw's had a great start. There's a bit of contact. Outlaw backs out of it nicely. Sepoy is trying to go around the outside of Outlaw as well. Got yellow flag in the background. I think that's possibly Nick Broom. He's had a bit of a moment, but a great start from Elmo of the Void. IRS LB44 as well, up to P7. He somehow got past 2 cars there on the start. As he's right behind Skinner, who's having a look at Sepoy. Nick Broom all the way back in P12, a bit far down as well. So a moment for him. It's a pretty clean start apart from turn 1 as usual. There's a yellow flag in the background. That is Nick Broom who's spun around, and that could be his sprint over already. He's going to need a safety car to save his race. And you never know, in a sprint anything can happen. Even those are 9 laps. Elmo trying to break away though. Outlaw's having a look at Flippy here. DRS turned on then. Flippy close enough to Elmo for possibly a move down the main straight. He's got Outlaw right behind as well, who has a big moment onto the grass, and that could possibly cost him a position to Finn, who's going to be right behind him, headed down towards Parabolica. Got another yellow flag, which is Nick Broom again in the background. Not Flippy looking quick here. Just under 100% ERS on Elmo, as I think 6 people took fastest lap there. As the top 6 have broke away, as Flippy gets the move done on Elmo down in turn 1. IRS LB44 fending off DMB Super Skills, Bubbly, Kentrum and Kurt. We've got 2 races at the moment, well 3 if we're going to be technical, but the top 6 battling away in a DRS train, and IRS LB44 down to P11 also battling the DRS train, and we've got Nick all out on his own at the moment at the back. Here comes Elmo. Cruising up to the back of Flippy. DMB Super Skills making a move on IRS LB44. Both in the points at the moment. This is the battle we want to see at the moment though. Oh, what's happened to Skinner? He's dropped off a little bit. He's just about kept in DRS of Sepoy in the background. But here comes Flippy and Outlaw. Elmo and Outlaw, sorry. Outlaw going for a double move into turn 1. And he's slightly outbraked himself. And there's a massive incident there between Elmo, the Void, Outlaw and Flippy. All coming together. Flippy's received a 10-second, I think. Yes, he has an Outlaw a 3-second. Very big incident there. There's Nick Matthias in the pits. Sepoy was involved as well, I think. He's got a broken front wing. So that possibly could have been Sepoy who's outbraked himself into the back of someone. As IRS LB44 moves up into P6. But he was going to lose that possibly to DMB Super Skills on the straight due to that DRS. Outlaw stays out. I don't think he's got a broken front wing. I think he's okay. I think he just suffered from the incident. Here comes DMB Super Skills. Having a look possibly at IRS LB44. Bubbly's outbraked himself and there's a bit of contact in the back between Kentrum as well. Bubbly's off the track. And that's Kurt pass as well. Sepoy is staying out there at the moment with a broken front wing. Flippy's still going for it. He might get that 10-second remove after the race. Does Elmo got damage? Can't see. Elmo's front wing looks to be okay. No damage there for him. What about Finn? I think these 4 are okay. Actually, wait, Skinner got damage. So Flippy makes the move, so does Finn. Yeah, Skinner's got a bit of damage on his front wing. It's a feisty little battle here for the lead of the sprint race. Everyone's giving it all they can as Sepoy dives into the pits for a set of soft tyres. IRS LB44 and DMB Super Skills still battling hard for 6th or 7th. Bit of a mistake there from DMB Super Skills. Skinner gets past Elmo. They're side by side. Yellow flag in the background, and that is Kentrum off. But Skinner making a move on Elmo now. And Kentrum retires on track. Here comes Finn. Not quite close enough for a move on Flippy. IRS LB44 making a move on DMB Super Skills. back up into P6. Got a yellow flag, I think that was Sepoy having a bit of a moment. Lap 7 of 9. Gets got his two rivals behind him, Skinner and Elmo, who are second and third in the championship. Finn Kitts needs to outscore them by 16 and 12 points here today to win the title. Here comes Finn. I think he's going to be close enough for a move this time. Takes the lead of the race. What can Skinner do? He's going to have to make a move sometime soon. Maybe this is his opportunity coming up soon. Or would it be a last lap lunge somewhere? Got a good exit there. Up the inside of Flippy, who just manages to use a bit of IRS, I think, there to defend from Skinner. Elmo's dropped back a little bit here. Bit of a mistake from him somewhere, possibly. Luckily, he's back in the DRS. Here comes Flippy. Was having a thought about it. Prefers to stay behind. Here comes Skinner though, with a great exit. Applies the ERS. Tries to go for the move. Flippy fights back with his ERS. Skinner's around the outside. Can't get the exit he wants. But he's going to apply that ERS again early. And Flippy's just going to be able to defend it as he's got so much more. What about IRS W44 and DMV Super Skills? Super Skills should have used the ERS there. He would have got him. He hasn't got many more opportunities to do it. Back to the front now. Here comes Elmo on Skinner. Skinner's had a bit of a moment there. Luckily there's no room for Elmo to get past. Finn gets leading the way. I don't think Flippy's going to get near Finn Gets. I think he's just going to step second position as a reserve and let Finn win the sprint race. Here comes Skinner. Not going to be close enough. What about Elmo? I think it's going to stay the way it is now. I think Finn Kitts is going to win it. Out of the final corner we go. Skinner's had a bit of a moment. He's going to be able to fend off Elmo though, but Finn Kitts wins the sprint race ahead of his teammate Flippy, who gets relegated down to P4 due to that 10-second penalty. Skinner with P2, Elmo with P3. Outlaw's going to finish in P5, I believe, ahead of IRS W44, who just about beats DMB Super Skills ahead of Bubbly and Kurt. And then we wait for Sepoy, who's on the soft tyres, trying to go as fast as he can. There goes Sepoy then, across the line in P10. Next up, it's going to be an 18-minute qualifying session for the main race. Finn Kitts with 8 points, ahead of Skinner, who's on 7. Elmo 6. So it's now 15 points that Finn Kits needs to beat Skinner in the main race, and 11 points for Elmo. There's the confirmation of the classification for the race. Alright, let's go then. Let's get this qualifying session underway. Alright then. Let's see who saved their softs. And who's going to be running on some mediums in the first couple of laps. Who's going to be first out there? Looks like that was Nick Broom actually, I think. Just yeah, it is Nick Broom. I'd have one of the Williams drivers, which is Elmo, who's getting straight out there on the softs. Bubbly as well on the mediums for him. Let's see what Nick can do then. Had a bit of a bad sprint race there. And an incident in turn 1 and 2, I'm not sure who with and who was at fault. And a couple incidents into this corner coming up now. Let's see where he can put his Ferrari, if he can get it off last position, which is P12. Alright then, let's have a look at Nick, see how much pace he's got in this qualifying session compared to the sprint. If he's found any more, runs a bit wide, luckily doesn't get any validation there. He's got his teammate just ahead of him as well, so give him a slipstream possibly. Down the back straight, down into Parabolica, through Ascara we go, and that's going to be an invalidation for Nick. And he's got Elmo behind him, who's not invalidated at the moment. Headed down to Parabolica for the first time in this qualifying session. Very nice through there. Crosses the line and it's a 119.7. Went quicker in the sprint. How's Bubbly getting on the mediums? A 52.9. That was a 120.0. That's more like it from Bubbly. See, McLarens are on laps. I think Finn Kits. Oh, they're trying to give each other a slipstream, I think. Just messing about in the inters. As they go for another lap, a 124 each, 125 for Finn. Skinner's not too far behind, and who's that right behind as well? Looks like it's Outlaw. Very close to each other on the laps. Outlaw's going to get a massive slipstream. Throughout his lap there. IRS 44 invalidated his lap. Kurt does a 121.2, P3 for him. Outlaw looks to be closing up on Skinner here. So 53.0 for Outlaw. Big moment though on the curb, which is going to cost him. Let's see what sort of time they can do. Skinner's going to cross the line with a 120.0. Outlaw does a 120.2. How's Kentron getting on? Looking pretty decent here. There's a 120.1, goes P4. Good lap there from Kentron. Kurt's had a bit of a moment. Trying to drive in neutral as well there. Nick Broom with a 125.7. Looking to improve that. There's a 121.3 for his P8. A 10th minus, second minus teammate near enough there. As we saw Elmo take away pole position with a 119.5. As everyone's currently on their in laps. Maybe haven't got enough tyres to come back out straight away. As everyone looks to be diving into the pits, we've got McLaren who's rejoining the track. Both McLarens in fact. We're now on the soft tyres. As IRS 44 dives into the pits, along with Nick. So we'll look at Flippy and Finn Kits and see what they can do. On the soft tyres now. Still waiting for Sequoia and DMB Super Skills to settle up. Probably also coming back out there. Kurt now as well for their second runs. Let's see what Bubbly can do on those softs. His lap time. Oh, Flippy's literally just invalidated on the start of his lap there. So he's going to have to give Finn a massive slipstream down into turn 1 and get out of the way. Let's see what the championship leader can do. Can he match that pole position time of Elmo of the Void in the 119.5 to 26.2 into sector 1? Takes a lot of curve there, which unsettles the car. Gonna have to invite Kentron back because he's just been kicked out. As Finn Kits has backed off then. Not a good lap for him. Kentron rejoined, which is good to see. Elmo just getting past the two McLarens. Bubbly currently 2 tenths up in sector 1. Coming down the hill up towards the Scary. Only 2 tenths up on the softs at the moment. Should be a lot quicker than that. Maybe he's just struggling to find the grip. Could see himself into the top 2 though. Crosses the line. And does a 120.0. Lost some time somewhere, possibly with the derating of the IRS. How's Outlaw getting on? P5 at the moment, a 120.2. .63 thousandths of a second down on his time. Parabolic, here we go. D&B Super Skills jumping up to P7 in the Alpine with a 120.4. His teammate Outlaw crosses the line and goes P3 ahead of Bubbly. But Flippy out of nowhere there with a 19.2, taking pole position away from Elmo. Finn Kits jumping up to P3. Skinner just behind with a 19.5. Oh, Kurt with a big moment there. Sliding through that corner and we jumped on board with him. DMB Super Skills. How's he getting on? Kurt currently 2 tenths up. We'll keep him P10 at the moment. Needs to find some time from somewhere. Down into gear 4, we really want to be in gear 5 through that corner. Backs off his lap. I thought he was going to dive into the pits. Decides to stay out. DMB Super Skills, diving into the pits. No improvements for him. Sepoy invalidating his lap. Down in P12. Nick's on a slow lap. And everyone dives back into the pits again. Everyone's hitting these laps at the same time. They're diving back into the pits. I think we should see everyone out one more time for their final run towards the end. Nick Broom going for another lap actually. Ahead of Sepoy, who's also on another lap. decided not to box. He's going to get a nice slipstream through here. Here's Sepoy. No lap time at the moment. Just going to put him under pressure to try and get a good lap in here. 26.3. Cautious through there, but can probably make up for it through the straights. This slipstream he's getting. Should get a nice little slipstream through here now. Nick's still going for a lap. A little bit down this time at the moment. So Poy's going to catch him. And this is going to be very close. So Poy's invalidated anyway, so he might as well back off. They both might as well back off and dive into the pits. Kurt, who's currently in P10, on a flying lap at the moment. Is he up on his time? No, he's not. Currently down. Runs wide as well. And backed off his lap. As most of the drivers now back out there. We've got Elmo and Boy. Let's jump on board with him, see what sort of time he can do. Right, nice bit of slipstream there for Elmo. Just ahead of Kurt. Three drivers on a 19.5 as well, second, third and fourth. Elmo's 2 temps up here. Looking quick. Through sector 1. Can he complete the rest of the lap strong? And battle Flippy for this pole position. 5 temps up on his time is Elmo. And he's absolutely flying. Can he snatch away pole position and make it 12 pole positions in the IRS in his tier 2? Still not applying IRS. Starts it now. What time is it going to be? It's at 19.1. Takes away pole position from Flippy, who's starting his flying lap now ahead of Finn Kits. Outlaw is improving. But I don't think it's going to be enough to get near the top 4 for Outlaw here. We're about to find out. So 119.6 stays P5. His teammate DMB Super Skills jumping up to P6 there. Kencham's unfortunately going to miss out on starting a lap here. And that's his qualified over by 1 second. Just missed it out. So Poy's on a flying lap, Elmo's ahead of the 2 McLarens. Flippy and Finn. Finn's invalidated. That's going to be no improvement for him. Flippy's down on his time at the moment. So can he find a 10th in this last sector? Skinner's invalidated. He's not going to be improving. Alright, let's see then. Here comes Flippy out of Parabolica. ERS turned on. Can he snatch away pole from Elmo? No, he can't. Next across the line, it's going to be IRS LB44, who can't improve. What about his teammate Nick? Doesn't look likely. Bubbly. Doesn't look likely either. Sepoy, how's he getting on? Sepoy jumps up to P6 behind Outlaw. Bubbly crosses the line, jumps up to P3 from Bubbly. Out of nowhere there with a great lap time, and that's qualifying over. Elmo Devoy taking his 12th pole position in the IRS. A 10th ahead of Flippy, and then Bubbly makes it 3 drivers, 3rd, 4th and 5th on a 119.5. That's a pretty close qualifying, if you ask me. Alright, here we go then. Formation lap coming to an end. Everyone's mostly opted for the medium tyres, except for Skinner and Kentrum, going early with the hards. Can Elmo repeat what he did in the sprint and lead away on the first lap ahead of Flippy? Like I said about Bubbly in the sprint race as well, I thought he was a bit out of position. This is more like it, up in P3, just ahead of Finn. I think Skinner starts P5 again. Be interesting if we see a clean turn 1 this time. As we wait for the grid to line up. Nick Broom again at the back. Last driver to line up to his grid spot. There's the man with the green flag, waving it ready to get this race underway. Round 9, Tier 2, Monza is underway, and Elmo once again with a great start ahead of Flippy, who defends from Bubbly behind. Finn Kit's also going to have a look at the Mercedes into turn 1, not quite close enough, but Bubbly with an opportunist move there on Flippy. They're currently ghosted, so that's the poise had an incident in the background there with someone. But Bubbly tried to get past Flippy. There's a Ferrari, off the track, which is IRS LB44, rejoins behind Kentrum. Elmo's got a perfect start to this race though, leading the way ahead of Flippy. He was trying to break the DRS there actually. From Flippy, didn't quite work because Flippy's absolutely sending it through Ascari there. He's going to cost Bubbly DRS if he's not careful, but Bubbly using that ERS to get back in for 1 second. Here comes Outlaw on Finn, looking racy. Bubbly's had a big moment out of Parabolica, trying to set up Finn and Outlaw for a move. There goes Outlaw, draining that ERS. And Bubbly drops down off the podium. Outlaw's made a mess of that. IRS LB44 having a little battle with Sequoia and Kentrum. And that was very risky there from Sequoia. Sort of going into a gap that wasn't existing. And that's another broken front wing for Sequoia. And he's going to have to dive into the pits and hope there's a safety car, which I reckon there will be. We've got a long race to go, 27 laps. Bubbly's coming under pressure from Skinner now. Dropping down the field is Bubbly. Needs to try to do something to stay with Outlaw. DMB super skills right on this battle as well. Here comes Skinner, looking for a move into Parabolica, trying to unsettle Bubbly into Parabolica to get a good exit from Skinner, and it's worked a little bit here. As here comes Skinner, DRS turned on, he's got a massive slipstream, looks to have a lot more pace in that car down the straights. IRS LB44 getting a 10-second speed in the pit lane. There goes Skinner up the inside of Outlaw. I think that was a bit of a brake too late move from Skinner there. I don't think he was going for the move for Outlaw, but just braked way too late on those hard tyres. And sort of forced his way through, which is going to cost him DRS, I think. IRS LB44 as Sepoy rejoining back into the race. Here comes Outlaw on Skinner. Can they try and get back in the DRS in the front three? That's the question. No, they're not. They're too far behind. That's cost them big time. That one move from Skinner could cost this battle here a chance at the podium. There's no more safety cars. Here comes Skinner again, trying to get back in that DRS of the cars ahead by applying ERS and DRS down the straight, trying to help each other. They're not too far behind now, just over a second. Nick Broom from P12 up to P9, sitting behind Kurt. Oh, Bobby and Outlaw going side by side by the looks of it. Bobby's squeezing Outlaw. Just cost himself DRS from Skinner. And we might see Outlaw slide by into Ascari. No, he doesn't. Thinks better of it. A lot quicker through Ascari for Outlaw though. That's what I mean. One move on this track can cost you DRS big time. As the front three are broken away. Nick Broom losing a position to Kentrum. Almost got himself back into the lead. Outlaw back in the DRS of Skinner now. He's unable to close up to the back of these McLarens. He's getting close every time, but not quite close enough. Oh, that was super close that time. He's using a bit of ERS, he might be alright here. He might be able to break Outlaw. He's using that ERS and DRS to his advantage. Skinner's super close. He's using that ERS as much as he can to try and close up to the back of him. He might have just got that, you know. Did he get it? No, he didn't. Unfortunate for Skinner. Outlaw misses out on DRS. The two McLarens get past Elmo. We'll fly it down into turn one, which I think is going to help Skinner get back in this DRS here. He doesn't have a bad exit like that. Oh, Skinner riding on those curbs there, pushing as hard as he can on those hard tyres. He's doing a fabulous job at the moment. Just outside the DRS. Again for Skinner. Can this be Skinner's chance this time? He's inside the DRS of Elmo, and he's brought himself back into the fight. Good driving for Skinner there. Very good driving indeed. There he is, back in the DRS, and drops Outlaw as Finn gets past Flippy once again. Sorry, Flippy gets past Finn Kits once again. Let's see what Outlaw can do. Can he somehow close up to the back of these four? He might need to try a different strategy here. Go for an undercut on these guys ahead of him. Bubbly's really lost pace in this race, starting P3 with a great qualifier. He's struggling with the car. He's all over the place there on the grass at one stage. IRS W44 getting past the point. Down into turn one for 11th from 12th. They're really hoping for a safety car here. Yeah, Outlaw's been completely dropped. 2.7 down the gap. What can Bubbly do? DMB super skills into the pits already. 6 lap old mediums. Dives into the pits. That's a very early stop. Onto the hard tyres he goes. Will rejoin in P10. Ahead of IRS LB44 as the boy. I think Skinner's hard tyres are starting to be the better tyre to be on right now. As he's closing up to the back of Elmo. It's a four-way fight for the lead. We've got a yellow flag, and that is the point off the track, I believe. He's had a moment somewhere at turn 1. Skinner gets past Elmo. Up to P3 now, and he's looking a lot quicker. Oh, that was so close between them 3 drivers there. Great driving. Elmo's just sitting behind patiently at the moment, waiting. He's not using any IRS. Here comes Skinner. Was looking for a move, but there's no space. We've got Bubbly into the pits as well now. Where will he rejoin in terms of DMB super skills? They was on the track together. DMB super skills were only just ahead of Bubbly. Bubbly rejoins. DMB super skills just gets by down into turn 1. So it stays as it is between those two. So you can see that undercut doesn't really work here. It needs a couple laps to work. DMB super skills boxing just a lap before Bubbly, and they come out together, fighting side by side. Bubbly with the overtake on DMB super skills then. Around the outside there. We got Skinner making a move on Flippy down into Parabolica. Slight bit of contact. Here comes Elmo as well, trying to make it 3 wide down the straight. Outlaw now boxes. Where will Outlaw rejoin? I think that's Nick Broom as well into the pits. Outlaw should rejoin in P7. DMB super skills and Bubbly side by side. Nick Broom, where's he going to rejoin? I think behind Sepoy in P12. Rejoins the track now. Sepoy is coming up past him down into turn 1. It's going to be close on the braking. Sepoy trying to go around the outside there. Couldn't quite brake late enough. We got Elmo side by side with Skinner. Down into Parabolica again, side by side action. Elmo around the outside. But Elmo dives into the pits. And he's had enough of those medium tyres. Onto the hards he goes. Will rejoin in P5, ahead of Outlaw. Kurt's into the pits as well, in the Sauber. There goes Outlaw, Bubbly and DMB super skills. Kurt rejoins on the hard tyres, ahead of IRS LB44 in P9. Here comes Sepoy past Nick Broom. top three stay out. Top four that only drivers yet the box. Kentrum's still out there on the hard tyres as well, running his own little race, going for a different strategy along with Skinner. There goes one of the McLarens, and that is Flippy into the pits. The kits opting to stay out there one more lap, trying to go for the fresher tyres towards the end. He's got Skinner right behind him though. He's on those hard tyres. Here comes Flippy. Out of the pits. Here comes Elmo. And Flippy's going to be ahead. Down into turn one. But Elmo's tyre is going to be heated up a lot more. Might be able to attack. Head back to Finn Kits, who's looking like he's going to dive into the pits. Yes, he is. And the Skinner stays out. He might be into the pits next lap actually, Skinner. Because most of the medium runners there already done 12 laps. So maybe 1 or 2 more laps for Skinner. We'll see him in the pits. Kentrum takes P2. Finn Kits rejoins behind Elmo and Flippy, who come flying past him down into turn one. So undercut or overcuts not working at all here. Elmo with a great exit, looking very racy. Outlaw has gained a little bit of time here, to be fair. .5 seconds, it was about 3.7 before the pits. So Outlaw is pushing along nicely here, trying to get back inside that DRS range of Finn Kits, Elmo and Flippy. Bubbly and DMB Super Skills still battling out for 7th and 8th. Do you know what? No one's got a track limit penalty, yeah? Which I'm very surprised at. The only penalty is IRS LB44 for that speed into the pit lane, so everyone else is doing pretty well. Kentrum as well. Be interesting to see where he comes out on the mediums. Elmo getting past Flippy down into turn one. Still maximum ERS for DMB Super Skills. There's Bubbly there, saving up nicely. While these three here are pushed on. Well, Elmo is, to be fair. 46% ERS for him. Flippy and Finn just saving their ERS. Using it at the right moment. As it stands though, the championship will not be won today. The Finn Kits have to take it to Saudi Arabia. Both McLarens should ease themselves past Elmo here. Finn Kits with a new fastest lap as he gets past Elmo. And need through just keep switching positions. Interesting to see where the Skinner box is. I think he should box this lap. IRS LB44 picks up the first 3-second penalty for track limits. Let's see though what Skinner does. Will he stay out one more lap? Or is that him into the pits now? Looks to be hugging that line. I think he's in. Yes, he is. Don't get a penalty. Right then, let's see where Skinner rejoins in this little battle. Got a four-way battle for the lead. They're currently coming out the final corner down the main straight, and I think Flippy's going to be quite a way off here. Sorry, Skinner's going to be quite a way off. There they go. And Skinner's going to have to do a lot of work on these medium tyres then to try and catch up with the front three. Because Outlaw's even gained here on the Skinner. So staying out longer for Skinner hasn't worked. He's 3.5 seconds back. This might help Outlaw, to be fair. If he can stick the Skinner. He's going to be a lot quicker. Nah, Outlaw ain't got a chance. Already broken DRS. Skinner gets the 3-second time penalty though. And has possibly just cost himself a chance to win this race. Had a big moment there as well. DMB Super Skills getting past Bubbly. Not said much about Kurt, to be fair. He's been in his own little race down in P9. Trying to close up to the back of Bubbly and DMB Super Skills, and it's not working at all. Change for the lead. Kentra's still out there. Maybe he's waiting for a safety car. Bubbly getting back past DMB Super Skills. 4P7. Having a good battle all race long these two. Skinner's pushing on. Even though he's got that 3-second, he's pushing on hard. Sepoy gets a 3-second as well as he overtakes Nick Broom. P11 outside of the points. Yeah, Skinner was looking really good for a chance of a race win here, but now it's looking very bleak. We've got a yellow flag, and that is Nick Broom off the track. Kentram finally boxes. I think he'll rejoin possibly just ahead of Kurt. Onto the softs he goes. There we go then. Kurt just behind Kentram, but Kentram now on those soft tyres. Gonna go chasing off DMB Super Skills and Bubbly. Oh, Bubbly gets a 3-second. We just caught that as we jumped on board with DMB Super Skills. Just cutting that chicane. Outlaw now picks up a 3-second time penalty. DMB super skills back past Bubbly. If they keep battling like this, they're going to bring Kentrum towards them on the softs. He's taking out a lot of time, to be fair. As they switch positions again. Elmo making a move on Finn down into turn 1. Slight bit of contact. I think you can just say that was rubbing his race in there. That does give Skinner a little hope, a little chance to try to catch up to them. But he's still going to have to break away by 3 seconds. And Elmo's had a big moment for chicane him. He's lost DRS to Finn. And the two McLarens out front could run away with this race now as Skinner runs wide. That's possibly going to be a track limit penalty. As he closes up the back of Elmo. Elmo picks up a 3-second now as well. So the battle for the podium is on. The two McLarens, I think, are now going to run away with this. Kentrum's flying along nicely. Could jump up to P6 here by the end of this race. He's now 6.1 seconds behind. Make that 5 seconds. Skinner making it past Elmo up into P3 on those mediums. The question is, can he do anything else about the two McLarens? That was a bit wide there onto the grass, so it cost him the exit. DMB super skills and Bubbly still battling that out. There's your penalties on screen. Yellow flag, and that's one of the McLarens. And that is Finn Kits. As Elmo gets past Skinner, who are going to try and work together to try and catch up with Flippy here. And try and gap Finn. Good work. Will Flippy try to back off and back Elmo up into Skinner and Finn. Outlaw's not too far behind as well, to be fair. He's got that 3 second. Bubbly's had a good sector and dropped away from DMB super skills. He looks to start struggling now with those hard tyres. Kentrum's only 4 seconds away. And he's pushing on nicely. Finn's at 1.6 behind Skinner. They're not closing up to the back of Flippy though, as they come through Parabolica. Here comes Skinner again, using the slipstream and a DRS to his advantage, trying to close up to the back of Flippy. One's a bit wide there, into turn 1. Bad exit. It's going to cost him all the work he's just done down the straight. DMB super skills into the pits, what? Why is that? Well, that's a strange one for DMB Super Skills there. Could have been in the 7th position. I don't think he's going to be able to gain any more positions now. Kurt's going to be too far ahead. And IRS RB44 gets past him as well. Let's see if Kentron can catch up to Lovely. I think this is Flippy's race to lose here. Here comes Elmo again, but they're not closing up to the back of Flippy. They've got the help of DRS. They're unable to do anything about the car ahead of them as DMB Super Skills gets past IRS RB44. Sequoia picks up another 3 second time penalty. What's that now? 6 seconds. Yellow flag, and that's Sequoia round. Qualified for facing the wrong way around. No safety cars throughout this whole race though, which is very interesting. Oh, Skinner, that's a big moment there. It saves it just about. That was a good save there from Skinner. I'm not bending it into the wall. Stays in DRS of Elmo as well. And they gap Finn. Oh, 1.9 seconds. Not long to go in this race. Kentron not able to close up to the back of Bumpy at the moment. Them tyres will start to go off soon as well. 5.4. 2.4 seconds to get himself into the top 6. Can he do it? Skinner's had another moment somewhere. And Finn has now caught up. This is going to help Elmo. Again, Skinner with a big... struggling on those medium tyres. This is not helping Finn at all. He's lost him a lot of time to Elmo. But he's just in the 3 seconds that he needs to beat Elmo to a P2 and make it a 1-2 for the McLarens. 3 laps to go. No safety cars this whole race, fair play. Only one driver out as well, and that was a lap ago. From Sequoia being disqualified. Elmo's pushing along nicely. But I think this DRS is going to help out a lot between Finn and Skinner. And could decide if the McLarens get a 1-2 or not. I think Elmo's going to try to save up and use it in the right moment. IRS LB44 out on track onto a brand new set of soft tyres. Gets rid of about 10 seconds as well. So now he's only on 3. But he's going to be finishing outside the points, unfortunately for him. Kentron didn't close that gap with Bubbly. Needs a mistake. A big one. Oh, Skinner's off the track. Went off the track. Outlaw, back and Leicester, unable to take advantage of the mistakes ahead of him. Currently P5 in his own little race as well. Most of the drivers are in their own little race, to be fair. Elbo's caught up with Flippy here. He might be backing off Elmo towards Finn as they start the last lap. And I think this could be Flippy just trying to back off Elmo towards Finn to give him that 1-2, which is working perfect at the moment. 2.5 seconds. And you're going to see Flippy ease off the brakes really early here. .3 seconds the gap. And Flippy's just backing off Elmo into Finn to guarantee that 1-2 for the McLarens. Elmo is trying to go for him, but he's got no way through. Up the inside into Ascari they go, and there's a collision. And that could possibly be sent into the stewards room after the race. Flippy's going to win this one though. Into Parabolica for the last time. Flippy comes out of Parabolica and takes victory here in round 9 ahead of his teammate Finn Kitts to make it a 1-2 for McLaren. Skinner comes home in P3, Elmo P4, Outlaw P5. Bubbly's going to finish ahead of Kentron in P6. Down into P7 for Kentron, who's crossing the line now. And then you're going to have Kurt for P8 and 4 points in the Sauber. Followed not too far behind from DMB Super Skills, getting P9. And then the Ferraris in 10th and 11th. It looks like Nick is going to get himself a point ahead of his teammate IRS RB44, who was ahead of him for most of the race. But here comes Nick Broom to round off the points positions in P10 for the Ferrari boys. And then IRS RB44 coming around Parabolica for the final time, just outside of the points in P11. There we go, and that is the end of Tier 2 sprint race and the last sprint race of the season. Finn Kitts getting driver of the day on the game. I'll just have a look and see who I think deserves it and who should be handed the driver of the day for this week's Tier 2. It's a hard call, to be honest. The McLarens drove excellent. Yeah, I think you can only give it to a couple of people today, which would be the two McLarens. Skinner as well, to be fair. Did have a good race from 5th on the grid up to 3rd. But I'm going to give it to Flippy today, taking the victory. ahead of his teammate. So Flippy gets driver today for tier 2. Finn Kits on 19 points, only outscoring Skinner by 4 points, and Elmo by 7 points. So the championship is not over, and we will be heading to Saudi Arabia, where Finn Kits can potentially have another opportunity at winning the championship. Congratulations to the top 3 on the podium, Flippy, Finn and Skinner. Hope you've enjoyed that tier 2 race. We'll be back here on Tuesday for tier 1 Saudi Arabia at 8 PM UK time. Be sure not to miss it, and have a good one. Peace out.